We're live.
Hi, everybody. This is Jason C. Brown with the Be Gentle podcast. I'm here with mi profesor, mi amigo Nelson Puente. This is our first, I don't think we can say inaugural, right? That word doesn't work here.
Yeah.
But this is our first podcast into our jiu-jitsu journey, helping cultivate your jiu-jitsu journey. And I think it's going to be pretty awesome.
Yeah, I'm really excited about this project.
Yes, me too. So, Nelson, why don't we start with you?
Okay.
How did you find jiu-jitsu, or how did jiu-jitsu find you?
Oh man, I had a pretty crazy story about how I started training. Me and my friend Dave wrestled in high school together. Then after college, I tried playing rugby, playing some other sports. Didn't stick. 2007, Abu Dhabi was in New Jersey, and then for whatever reason, like I saw videos of them. I started to see it taking people like that in Trenton. And me and my friend Dave started talking about trying out the whole jiu-jitsu thing, the whole grappling thing. A few weeks went by, and my friend Dave was like working late one night. He was parking car. He was like, a late job. He was getting out of it. He's like, hey, like I was bored. I googled. There's grappling course coming up. We just signed up to the jiu-jitsu tournament. So we signed up.
At this time, were you training?
No. So the next day we signed up for practice class.
So you went to grappler's class?
Well,
you
after
used
we
to wrestle, right?
we wrestled with one high school. We signed up for practice class and I started going to jiu-jitsu school. Went to a local MMA school, Wilkie's.
Wilkie's MMA?
Yeah.
Which town is that in?
That's in Bridgewater, New Jersey.
Bridgewater.
We were there for like a week, and then they do it a weekend in the school, and there's no jiu-jitsu classes at the time. So we were there one day, and like, okay, one guy grabs gloves, and he's like, ground up pound. Guy at the bottom for five. He's like 3 minutes rounds of this. I was like, no. So I never came back.
You never went back?
Never went back.
No.
We started training with Dave.
This was after how long many weeks of training?
After 1 week there.
After 1 week,
So
so we were like, threw the gloves on and said you had to survive.
Yes.
Okay. So it's like people were very cool.
Yep.
Nothing against.
Nothing against Wilkie. Have awesome. They're like really big, and like I actually see in New Jersey. That's really nice. It just wasn't me. I'm not that tough.
No.
So after that, we found Dave Ellis. Actually, Dave Ellis. This is like Cranford Judo Club. Dave Ellis is an amazing grappler. He's been at the Olympic trials for judo a few times. He's black belt in jiu-jitsu. He's got it in Brazil not so long ago. So I'm training with Dave. He had morning classes, and then at night I would go back and do judo. And that was my training for the first practice. We were doing judo, we did some more. And then when I competed for the first time, and then the Jason C. Brown guy cornered me.
I don't remember this at all.
Yeah. I was working with Zach Evans at the time. Zach set it up. We found out you were going to be there, and Dave didn't travel to the tournament, so we cornered it in the matches. Ended up winning. I remember I submitted the first guy. I won on points the rest of the day, and then the final I lost. But I got bit by the jiu-jitsu bug, and then there's going back from that.
It's awesome. Does your friend Dave still train?
Yeah, Dave still trains. He took over the school I was training. I was teaching in New Jersey for a long time. I just left. I went back to my school in Philadelphia. He took over the program. He's a brown belt. He's a very good brown belt. He's really technical and tricky man.
He teaches at the North Point Club.
Yeah, I don't think this school, yes.
All right.
And after that first breakfast class, I was doing that first breakfast class for about 2 years. I bounced around a bunch of schools. A day, we gave us twice a week more. And then I bounced around the local Holy Gracie school. I went to another Gracie school.
You were a Viera. So, one thing that Viera Kazaka. You know this word?
Yeah. What is it? Turncoat?
Turncoat. Yes, turncoat in Portuguese. But I think Creonch is used much more.
Yeah, Creonch is used much more. I wasn't there long enough to do this with Creonch.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a story. I went to Macacos.
Yes.
I eventually ended up in Macacos. I was there for about a year. I got my purple belt from
Where's
Macaco.
Macaco School? Where is Macaco School?
Macaco was in Newark. I got there just, he had gotten to the country like a month ago.
Is he
It was
still
just
there?
open. No, he moved to Texas. One of these brown belts now black belts went to school for a little bit, but the school eventually folded. But when I was at Macaco, I was like, for a year, I got my purple belt, and then Macaco is like a big MMA team, like Macaco
Right.
MMA legend.
Yes. I used to love watching these fights against Pelea.
Oh, Macaco versus Pele. You guys have not seen it.
IBC.
You need to go to YouTube and look at that.
Yes.
Also, he's known for knocking out Jacare Sousa on his very first MMA fight.
That I didn't know.
Yeah, he knocked him out in the first round. Good fight too. So I was training Macaco and I did one MMA fight, and then I was like, okay, I'm done. And then I go look at my parents were freaking out. I was doing even my dad liked it though. I won the fight. My face did not look like I won the fight though.
No.
It was a
Guys, if
professional.
you don't know Nelson, he's a muy guapo. So it's, he has to maintain that guapísimo.
Yeah, you gotta put any money in here. It was a pro rules fight, so it was ground and pound ball, only fit, and
Pro rule fights in your first fight.
yeah, pro rules.
Was this in New Jersey?
It was in Massachusetts.
Massachusetts.
And it was that Powell, Gabriel Gonzaga, was
Yes.
promotion.
Okay. I think, yeah, he's pretty good at yeah, teaches up there.
Yeah. So we go up there, and we go up there. The ground background. I had not done MMA. I had not done MMA the whole time. I was doing some morning jiu-jitsu class. I was doing some class here and there, but I was not doing MMA. And 4 weeks before the fight, so I had to learn to strike 4 weeks.
Right.
And my guy goes like, "Oh, don't worry about it. It's like 1, 2, you shoot."
1, 2, you shoot. Okay.
He's like, "You gotta do jiu-jitsu. Don't worry about it." So that was the whole game plan. It worked out. I got to the fight. I won the fight. I actually drove over the guy.
That's nice.
Second round, I went for my 1-2 shoot. The guy knew it was coming and caught me coming in. For my shot, I stood like right hand straight to the face, and I got flash KO. I got woke up like I was standing, and then I was.
Is there a video of this?
Like, it was like a pay-per-view. So like it was like a pay-per-view. And my dad still makes fun of me that I won a pay-per-view. It cost $5.
That's ridiculous.
But they were supposed to make a DVD, and they never did. And I was like, no, I wish there was. That'd be hilarious. Like,
There's no
like
YouTube
that.
videos floating around. I'm gonna go to YouTube and
Yeah.
do a search for it.
So yeah, so I did my MMA fight, right? And like I get like flash KO, I wake up, like I throw my legs up, sweep in with like a 50-50 heel hook kind of position, the defensive heel hook, I go home. Well, after this, I'm like, I want to MMA anymore because like we're doing like the MMA training, all the striking, like hitting pads and stuff. And I wish I had my skill right now. Like, I ain't like
Right.
wasn't for me. So my Kako, the guys that keep pushing me to do more MMA fights. And I'm like, nah, I want to do the New York Open. He's like, oh no, I got your fight that weekend. I don't need that fight that weekend. I want to do MMA. So eventually I left the team. I found Kevin Sheridan, who's opening like a very small studio in Maplewood. He's in Alliance, New Jersey. We're in like affiliated yet. And he opened his little school. Eventually he asked me to teach there. And then I got introduced to the whole Alliance family session. We got to New Jersey. We take like a weekly trip to, I think once a month, every 2 weeks, we go up to Fabio's school in the city. And then I started training with guys like Sergio, Fabio, Fabio Gel, and Michael Lange when they would come to Parsons. Then I school in North Plainfield opened, and when that's coming to teach there, there's another Alliance Jiu-Jitsu in this new school. And Kevin's like, oh, I have time, and I run a business. He's like, ask Nelson. He says, might be interested. I'm like, yes. Yeah, when school opens, literally 2 blocks, the whole location is 2 blocks from my parents' house. Yeah. I was still living with my parents, so I would walk there.
Right.
That was a great commute.
Yes.
So I was there for about 3 years, guys, until I got my black belt. When I started, I was like 3 years into my purple. And After that, it's like going to Atlanta, more like instructor courses, and like write like the lines that Atlanta was at that point, and just getting my ass kicked and just getting a little bit better every time I went down there. And also with an eye opening today, it was like, how come you're not doing the pants? I would not go to California because I thought I wasn't good enough.
Mm-hmm.
My mindset at the time. I was like, I think one of the hardest things I had to face in my jiu-jitsu career was kind of like, I like self-confidence. Like everybody told me I'm good. I was like, no, I'm not really. I just do this for fun. So I went to Black and these guys were like, how come you don't want the pants? Like, how come you don't want the roles? It's like, you can do well. So I was like, okay. So I started going to Worlds, started going to pants. First year I went to Worlds. I fought for the Japan first round. It was like for Japan out like that year for the purple belt, and he weighed the absolute, and we won like brown belt Worlds. We actually won black belt Worlds this year heavyweight. We did that 100 pound final, and it's just like there's nothing hurts more than going out to California, you know, 6 hours flight, training so hard, and
Right.
losing first round.
Right.
I still enjoy the trip for those guys that have never gone to California and you're willing to get to. There's nothing like the Saturday and Sunday at Worlds. Everybody's watching the electro matches, especially in the first rounds, especially Sunday when 8 mats turn into 2.
Right.
And you have quarterfinals on, and every single person in the stadium knows the rules. People cheer for a little quick break.
Right.
Or like people get into half an hour, they're doing a session and it's like freaking out.
People put that overtime card.
It's nowhere else you can
People put that overtime card. If it's done well.
If it's done well,
gracefully,
and you get into attacking position, yes. When people in the double guard pull, you're like,
right.
But this year was phenomenal. It was really, really good jiu-jitsu this year. The finals were amazing.
Any pandas in the house?
There were a lot of pandas in the house. Actually, one of the guys took third place. Jeff from Atlanta, who took third place last year. He was in stacked condition. It was insane. Featherweight round this year was fireworks.
Right.
Marcio Andre was in it. Isaac, Jeff. Amazing division. A lot of fun to watch. Actually, the buddy John Thomas ended up wearing a panda gi. The match is still a black one.
That's cool. Guys, in case you don't know, Nelson is what is your official title? CEO?
Official title is Big Panda.
Big Panda of Inverted.
CEO.
Founder, CEO of InvertedGear.com. And Nelson just came out with a raw, unbleached, which I like very much, hat with cotton and bamboo blend.
Yeah, it's 70% bamboo, 30% cotton.
Right. Nelson, one thing that we forgot to do right in the beginning was what's the Spanish word for the day?
Oh, I'm in charge of that?
Well, you're in charge of the Spanish.
Let's go with pescuezo.
Pescuezo.
Which is neck.
Neck.
And I like that variation because pescuezo is
Pescuezo.
neck in Portuguese. It's similar.
Pescuezo. First time I ever went to Brazil, I didn't speak much Portuguese that first time. It was in 1999. Some of the jiu-jitsu was telling Jennifer that I have muito pescoço, which is a lot of neck. And I guess at that time there was slang to say that you're tough, which I thought was a pretty cool slang to say that you have a lot of neck, right?
I mean, the Brazilian culture is pretty cool. The more you're into jiu-jitsu, the more you start to appreciate it.
Right.
All the little quirks.
Yes.
And the acai, the H's for the 3 R's.
Right.
It's just fabulous.
So say it again in Spanish?
Pescuezo.
Pescuezo. All right, let's do the Portuguese word for the day, right? Kombucha.
Kombucha is the Portuguese word of the day. And what are you drinking right now?
Kombucha.
Jason,
I actually don't know what kombucha is. It's
Jason,
probably like Chinese, like Mandarin or Cantonese.
I think actually it's Russian.
No, I don't believe it.
You got a laptop in front of you.
I'm afraid to use the laptop because I'm afraid that.
Yes, it's better. Bring this high-tech setup we got going.
All right, Portuguese word for the day. Guardeiro.
Word there.
Guardeiro, somebody who plays guard. Guardeiro.
Like Diablos.
Yes. Neon Brothers.
Michael Lang.
Not the one anything. I'm sure there's a bunch.
Oh,
Yes.
Poleta.
Polenta, yes. I did actually train with Polenta. The first time I ever went to Brazil.
Oh yeah.
Yes. It was in the basement of this like condo. It was pretty awesome.
And what happened year was it?
1999.
So for
Yes.
for the bluebells in the crowd, I don't know who Poleta is. Poleta is famous for
I don't even think you were black belts.
I don't know. I mean, I think the biggest contribution Poleta had to the game was not only open guard but inverted open guard. Right. A lot of people now like Poleta style sweep will call that tornado sweep. It was like sideboard does it a lot, and people like tornado guard and
I think he actually beat Baldini with the Liege with that sweep.
Poleta's had some amazing matches. If you want to watch some old school jiu-jitsu, Poleta versus Minotauro Nogueira is an amazing freaking match. It came down to the end. I forget, like, there's a call towards the end that might have gone either way. Like, affected the match with a little controversial.
Yeah.
But it's an amazing match. Poleta versus Minotauro.
Do you know what a Poleta is? You know those turntables, like when you go to
yeah. I remember now. Yeah.
Like into a train or into an amusement park. That's a Poleta. Beautiful nicknames, right?
Yeah.
I need a nickname. I need a jiu-jitsu nickname. It can be Spanish or Portuguese. I don't really care.
We'll work on it.
I really like Chijolo. I don't think it's the same in Spanish. Chijolo.
What is it?
Brick.
Well, they can your stuff.
I know.
It doesn't work that way.
I know. I need something a little more original.
Well, at one point, Leo Madero was pretty close. I'm really glad it is. Not you saying it in English. No, you saying it in English.
That's it. I like actually El Guapo.
El Matador.
Well, you're too sweet to be called El Matador.
That's true. Right. Jason, I think it's time we talk about your jiu-jitsu journey.
1996.
1996.
After watching the few first UFCs.
Yeah. I was still in Chile over there.
You were still in Chile. I'm old school.
You are old.
I'm very old school. You know, people consider me a kettlebell guy, but I'm actually more of a. I've been doing jiu-jitsu longer than I've been doing kettlebells.
Yes.
Pretty crazy, right? But the same gentleman introduced me to both.
Mr. Steve Maxwell himself?
Stephen Maxwell, yes. Physical culture icon.
Yeah, Steve, man.
Steve is the man.
I met Steve. He did a seminar at Saks right before the first no-gi camps. And I signed up. And I talked about doing no-gi and training for me, like a no-gi tournament, right? No-gi tournament.
He was a big wrestler also.
Yeah, and the advice he told me was like, you know, from here to the tournament, it was like 4 weeks away. He's like, you know, I wouldn't be, do no-gi only, and work on your takedowns. Right. That's a good place. Went out.
Yeah. No-gi, man.
I really believe people starting out to do both.
Yeah.
Some people go to gi only or no-gi only bandwagon. I think it's.
I don't do much no-gi, and when I do no-gi, I feel completely, I won't say handicapped almost. Because I'm so dependent on like lapel grips.
Like that's the thing. If you keep doing it at least once a week or twice a week, you gotta figure it out, and then your game's gonna grow.
Right.
To where you can do both. And then some people get so gripped down in games that when they go do no-gi, especially like, you know, like I have one of my students that was forced to do no-gi a few times a week because all he wanted to do was play Spider-Man. And he was good at it. Right. He had really good trying setups, he had a few sweeps, but he needed to do no-gi, so we really need to go half hard, really go like, you know, about a fun game. And then like, you know, I kept telling him, in the long run, it's gonna help you.
Mm-hmm. What else?
Well, keep talking about, you said jiu-jitsu. It's been a long time since 1996 jiu-jitsu.
Yes, I know. We got a lot more gray hair. 96, living in Philadelphia, got out of the Marines and moved right to Philadelphia. And after watching a few of the first UFCs, I used to look at the kimono or the gi on hoist gracing, be like, what the hell does that thing feel like? So then we researched. I researched. At this time, Yellow Pages was still big, and Exercise had an ad in the Yellow Pages, and it was a 707 Chestnut in Philadelphia. And I went down there with a bunch of my friends, and a free introductory session on Saturday, and it was escaping the mount. How would you get out of the mount? And there was real eye opener. And I said, I'll grab your balls. I didn't word it like that, but I said, I would do a groin strike, and of course the groin strikes. And the guy, most of the guys doing the instruction were blue belts, and Steve I think was a purple. But there was nothing you could do to escape their mount, and it was a real eye opener. And I think we signed up right on the spot. And the stuff that I learned at Maxercise in 1996 is the majority of the stuff that I still use. And I think I really appreciate that Steve, and at that point it was Phil Nicolis and Ricardo Nicolis were also helping. They run balance studios down in Philadelphia. That foundation they gave me, I don't have the best core jiu-jitsu. I don't have the best inversions and everything else like that. But I'm pretty confident in my foundations.
Yeah, you are very tough to squeeze in that.
Thank you.
Always never stop that with your
Yes, Nelson's cheap with the wrist locks. But I mean, the first 6 months they don't even. I think the first 6 months is nothing but combative. But I got my blue belt in 6 months from Kaiki. You know Kaiki? From Kaiki, which is what in Portuguese? No, kayak. Yeah, Kaiki. I don't know how to say cheap actually. I should probably know how to say cheap. He was probably like Sheffield, but had like.
I think that's a Chilean thing. Chief. I think that was like English term for chief.
Kaiki? Hmm.
Okay.
Interesting. Yeah, kayak. Kayak. Awesome. But I got my blue belt in 6 months. And a new class.
I do fancy.
I was fancy, right? But then it took me 15 years to get my purple. And then I'm afraid I'm going to be a perennial purple from now on, but I don't care.
Learn to slow down.
Yes. But as I was telling you before, my jiu-jitsu journey is like, it's a walk along a beautiful mountain stream. Like, why rush it?
Yeah. I tell people, man, if you really enjoy the journey, like I look back at my workout day, I have like a few matches, and I do some crazy shit that I will never get away with, like any other level.
Right.
And it's fun to get wiped out.
It is.
Because like you can be like no one expects anything out of you, really.
Just the whole novelty of everything too. Like,
yeah, everything's new.
I remember doing white belt classes, and I don't know. I had to work one evening, and there was a great group of guys that went every Tuesdays and Thursdays, and like I had to skip one Thursday, and of course that's the Thursday that a new technique was introduced, and they would pull it off on me. And I came back on that Tuesday, I was like, fuck, I missed that goddamn technique. You know what actually was? It was elbow escape.
Oh, okay.
And I missed it the first class, and now I still think my elbow escape is like not as developed as it should be because I missed out on it. I was like, what is this? And I remember I would mount the guys, and he would elbow escape, and I was like, somebody's been learning stuff, and I couldn't make it the class.
I'm a big proponent that if you want to learn something, you really need to work on it.
Mm-hmm.
So if you feel your elbow escapes lacking, you'll not study all your rolls and side control from now on for a few weeks.
That's all right.
I remember, as I trained with Kevin, I came to the realization that I had no
Kevin Sheridan.
Right. The man, the legend. Kevin, at the time, started training was around, oh my God, like 2009, probably. And he had plays at Worlds at brown belt at 2007. Like he actually asked me to move a weight class up because I think Chris Moriarty was in the his weight class had like two really good guys. There was no one above him, so he moved up a weight class. Still takes their place. It's second place. It won the and he was a super aggressive game. Kevin wrestled for Rutgers, like amazing, right Division One wrestler. So that's a training with him.
How far is North Plainfield from Rutgers?
North Plainfield was about 15 minutes from Rutgers.
Yeah. Did you get any cross-pollination from the buzzards?
Not really. Actually, when we just started Dave Ellis, when we went to this instructor, was the club instructor for Rikers Jiu-Jitsu club for a little bit.
Okay.
And there was like in-house tournaments, and he would invite us to come in and compete.
Right.
I did that like 2-3 times. I like a lot of other than like first practice, a lot of my matches happened there.
Are you still in contact with David?
Yeah, I talked to him. I trained with him a little bit before he left from Brazil. I think he's just back, so
He just got back?
he just got back, yeah. I think he's trying to move to Texas. I'm not sure what he's doing, but if I catch him in New Jersey, then definitely I'll try to get thrown by.
Right. Guys, so David Ellis is this phenomenal judo player who's now jiu-jitsu black belt also.
Yes.
And he has the best nickname. And I love the story about his nickname. See, Brazilians are experts at giving cool nicknames.
They are.
You know the story of his nickname?
Yes.
Capitan America, Captain America. And David was writing on his blog one day that he thought, it was because of his prowess on the mat that the jiu-jitsu guys in Brazil gave him the nickname Captain America. But in actuality, he missed the bus one day, and they saw him sprinting towards the bus and thought he ran like Captain America.
Yeah, he's very square.
Yeah. So they gave him the nickname Capitan America, which is typical Brazilian style.
They also had a joke about how they didn't really understand Portuguese when he just got there, but he understood jokes.
But he understood jokes,
which is really cool. Dave Allen has really amazing cross-color jokes. If you roll him, he's going to catch it anyway. Which was like,
that's nice. I think choking is really a lost art. Collar jokes. It seems like a lot more submissions are. I don't know, man. You're much more involved in the sport world than I am, but I don't see, at least in my own practice, I don't know of anybody that goes to college. I should, well, bow and arrow.
That's the thing. Bow and arrow is still like predominant for basically we call it cradle choke or two-handed cradle choke. Bow and arrow is still one of the highest percentages.
Right.
Kind of like the holy grail of back shows.
Right. But how often do you see college coaches when people are?
But that's just playing. You know? I mean, Galbao still does it all the time. I mean, now that Hodger is not
known for this.
Right.
I've seen Hodger's new logo, his new gi. He's a blanket with an X on it.
He's a blanket with
an X on it.
Yeah, it was his nickname with a blanket because he was now
and then we had that baseball shirt that can be as well, right? From bottom.
Well, yeah, but Gene Hank still, he still works at it. You see him, he's pretty active competitor. Yeah, one of them we call Stack and
Zach Maxwell, who's the son of C.D. Maxwell.
Yeah, top flight competitor, so is
Clark Gracie.
Clark Gracie also.
Baseball shirt from the bottom. Yeah. Who would actually let them pass in there, right?
Yeah, he would set it up and then let people pass and people thought they could like, down or like go for an arm bar since they aren't exposed. But this kid's grips are so crazy that the choke will come out before they do it.
Right. I'm gonna show him that.
No, man.
Yes. Then I'm gonna get Marcus to wear tape.
Oh yeah, Marcus Gorman. Who call you what you feel for golf?
You know the rest of these purple belt. You don't want to crack with his purple belt. Just plug it in there. Let's see if this works.
Jason's having technical difficulties. He forgot to charge his laptop.
No, I actually charged it. Your Wi-Fi's killing it.
Is he good?
Yep, we're good. Yeah, what else do you want to talk about?
Well, we went over Steve Maxwell, then
Steve Maxwell,
certain exercise. What else did you train after that?
Right, then, man, I've probably been in more places than you.
Yeah.
Probably so,
what was the term?
Viera, which is turn.
Oh, Viera.
It's in Spanish, and then Casaca.
There's Casaca.
Yeah. Man, I don't even know where I went after my exercise. It's been 20 years. Yeah. I did. The one guy, one of the guys I trained with, his name was Chris Sater. He was a purple belt under Ricardo Almeida. And Rob Shire, who runs an awesome jiu-jitsu academy now in King of Prussia called Precision Jiu-Jitsu. He's a black belt. He's been a black belt for many years. I remember when Rob and I would use roll. Freaking 18 years ago, he would do this stuff like, I'm going to get your right arm. And I knew he was going to get my right arm, so get my right arm. Rob Shire, man, I trained in so many places. It's ridiculous. Balance Studios, Paper Street Jiu-Jitsu with a boy, Jason Crowley. Jason Crowley, yeah, that's in Hatboro, Pennsylvania. Probably the most consistent place I've trained with was either at Headquarters Balance in Philadelphia or one of the Balance black belts. With Noah Spear, you know Noah Spear, he's a black belt under Phil. Awesome Italian, awesome jiu-jitsu player. And then I trained with Tim Hart, who's also a black belt under Phil Luis from Balance Studios. So I'm quite the bearded Kazaka.
Yeah, and now you're training with
Nelson Fuentes. Every morning he makes me do version. Little roly-poly drills on a 41-year-old.
Yeah, somebody's looking at your hips.
Yes, but it's feeling better. It's feeling good.
So good. What been your worst jiu-jitsu injury? Your neck one?
Probably.
Okay. I think that's a good story.
I did. Well, at Precision Jiu-Jitsu, it was nobody's fault. I don't even think it was my fault. It's just that, I'm 41 and a 41-year-old spine. I would do, because I'm the father of 3 vibrant boys, I was doing what I could do to train Jiu-Jitsu as consistently as I could. So I would do the 6 a.m. classes. And I don't think my 6 a.m. spine was ready for Jiu-Jitsu. So Rob Shire was actually leading classes, and he was doing this beautiful warm-up segments, and we're doing these little pass drills, and it's sort of like I don't know the technical name of it, but it's where you throw your head on one side of it's almost a cartwheel pass, but no, it's where you jump over both legs.
Oh, I thought it actually happened with Sparrow and you doing a cartwheel pass. You felt fine one day.
No. I could do a cartwheel pass. But it was that one where you...
Okay.
What is that?
I think a jump over pass.
Jump over pass. And
so you case the hips, plant on your head, and jump over.
Yeah.
Like a butterfly match, right?
Right. And then I felt this thing go down my neck into my left arm underneath my left shoulder blade. And I was like, guys, I'm freaking done. You gotta call my wife. I can drive home. I couldn't look to the left. I couldn't look up. My whole left arm was like pretty much off. It was like weak. Yeah, I don't want to say paralyzed.
I saw you like a week ago.
Yeah, I couldn't push ups. I lost all my pull-ups. It shut down my life for maybe 6 weeks until I started to go see a chiropractor, David Fuller,
Who
we're hoping to have on the show. He does ART and chiropractic, and ART is where ART is active release therapy, and or technique, yeah, and that's where they find the goodness in the muscle or the nerve line and take care of it.
And don't believe what people tell you, it freaking hurts.
It's it's
he's getting in there, especially like a tech minor. Man, he did this thing to my hand. I have a really bad right hand. I dislocated my thumb plenty of times. I had so much scar tissue like on the pad of my thumb. And he was getting in there. I was seeing stars, bright colors. Right. I tasted purple.
You tasted purple. That was my purple belt from the match before. Yes.
But yeah, it's crazy. But
it is crazy.
It does help the body a lot.
And when he digs into the pec minor, it's pretty awesome. But yeah.
I think my wife is the bravest one.
Yes.
We've been going twice a week to have a hip and a shoulder injury, right?
But that neck injury, I was doing a lot of kettlebell workshops, and I just think my upper back. I remember I was in Toronto the weekend before that, and I could feel this huge thing in my trap, and I couldn't get it out with foam rolling or anything else. So I even had a massage, and I think something was just about to happen. So again, it was nobody's fault. It wasn't my training partner's fault. It wasn't Shire's fault. I don't even think it was my fault. But I think it was just kind of blind to say enough's enough.
Yeah.
Relax.
Other
Other than
six training that early.
that, I would do it pretty good. Some of the guys would do it. And the 6 a.m. class was pretty gentle. I think it was mostly amateur.
Like when I started training, I was probably 26 when I started training. No, nothing. I wish I started training, right?
I know.
I was 20. Man, like injuries, whatever happened, doesn't matter what happened.
You're fine, right?
Yeah. Now, like, my knee, a little quickly can get injured more often. We was worse injury. I think the injury has been the worst. I mean, actually, AC joint and shoulders, AC sprains.
Yes.
I had like a level 2 AC sprain.
I trained a little bit with Mario Young, the UFC rep. We had a school in Morristown. I forgot the name about that. I trained a little bit with him. See, I'm good at that. Yo, what's that? He actually swept me so hard he separated my face and going,
oof. Down in how land, Jason.
No, he just swept me too fast. There was no landing involved.
Yeah, I'm very cognizant about those kind of injuries. Sometimes, like, I do sweeps where I'm really tying up, like, the arms and the legs and all that.
Yeah.
And, like, I kind of, like, cringe when I see people are not going to roll through. I'm good.
I couldn't
try to stop it.
Dude, I did a face plant and shoulder plant at the same time.
Oof. You're worried, though. You give up it, too.
I gave up the match.
You know, in judo, there's a face planted penalty. There's like an all-over playing where stuff goes like parts of their head.
Who gets the penalty? The guy that face plant?
Yeah, the guy that face planted is like he's trying to save the throw on his face. Dude, how level do that?
Yes.
Even more than jiu-jitsu rap, I must say.
Yeah, I think I appreciate judo actually. Is that a sin?
No, it's a sin. I mean,
I think there's more action.
the thing is,
Different action.
it's different action because I've seen some judo matches where it's ridiculous. Like, not is like this little foot battle. The thing is, like, judo went to the extreme with the rule changes.
Right.
Because if you see low-level guys fight at like local tournaments, like the match gets stopped every 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So the illegal grip. You're not attacking it now. Illegal grip. You're not attacking it now.
Right.
Like, you can't take the room anymore. That was my whole game, Jason. I competed in judo a lot.
Kateguruma is the fireman's carry and its variations. You can't attack the legs.
You can't grip anything below the belt, so you can't.
That's the first attack.
I think they changed it even further where you can't do it ever now.
You can't do it ever?
I'm not 100% sure, but I believe so. Because it was getting murky. What part of the first attack was the second attack? Kind of thing?
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now,
Like, it's going to go the same way.
Well, yeah, like a lot of people want to like outlaw like 50-50 and stuff like that, but then like you start going down the slippery slope where it's too much.
Right.
I think if anything that I get addressed soon is going to be a felt guard evolution. Or like they want guard or what wants to do it. Yeah, like a lot of guys, like Marcian Dre was doing a little bit. It's really hard to pass somebody if they're wrapping you a bell around their leg and then your legs in front of your legs.
Right.
What are you going to do?
Right.
And like the thing is, like, everybody's saying the same thing about 50-50. And now 50-50 is even worse because now people are working the lapel. So they get the 50-50 position and now they're wrapped the lapel around the leg and now it's really like sealed.
So let me ask you this. As a more of a competitive jiu-jitsu, so I really love the young Gracie brothers, Henner and Hunter, or Hiron, right? However you want to pronounce it. Sorry, guys. Right? I remember watching Hiron say, "Why pass? What are you doing to me?" Like, so in sport jiu-jitsu, I'm on top of you. You have this crazy rappel thing, right? So I'm in your half guard. I'm on top of 50-50, whatever. Can you be on top of 50-50?
Yes.
Right? And what would I get in trouble for not actively trying to pass?
Yes.
That's ridiculous. I'm in the dominant position.
Why would I have to make hope on this forward in true position?
But I'm already in the better position.
You're not in the better position.
It's considered neutral.
It's like, well, the thing is, like, if you're
there we go. There's our Portuguese word for the day. Guadeiro.
Because if I'm on top and you're in guard, you can't submit from that. Like, it's really hard to submit somebody from guard
Unless you do a bully choke.
unless you do a bully check.
Like I do.
a bully check.
Yeah.
One of my students, Erden, is bully choking everyone, like all the white belts. I'm like, hey, why is that blue belt that guy bully choking all the white belts? Why are you doing that, man? It's like, you're not gonna do that at blue belt. He's like, oh, I know, I'm gonna go to the white belt. Like, stop.
I get it on purple belts.
I'm not going to go purple belt. These guys are going to
No, you know what I think it is, Nelson? I don't think they realize that it exists. I don't know. I think they're just on the old school purple. I think they're new, and I've actually done it at paper straight a few times on the purple belt.
Well, I need to show how to artwork from there, man. They're missing.
Crazy. I just think they forget that technique is even out there. And I think it shocks them. Like, what the hell is this?
You say what?
I'm supposed to be strong from the guard.
Yeah.
And they're like, no.
My tactics is crazy. Like, you still kind of variation for that with the down up the head. Like, that's what happens.
So go back to the top. I can't submit you from there because I'm not
Yeah, like,
on
you know,
the
there's
side
like, other than me dropping back or dropping back for a full block, or me going forward and like trying like, in the first like, it's like close down. Let's keep it simple.
Right.
How am I gonna do it? All I'm gonna do is defend, you know. Especially if you got a good guard player, you really don't want to sit in the guard. Eventually, you're gonna catch this.
Right.
You know.
But oftentimes, and you know much more than I do in the sport world, I think people get caught while they're trying to pass.
Well,
and attempting to pass, that's when the arms come, that's when the...
like, you know, but at the same time, they got you're also going to get the passes while you're going to something, you know?
Exactly.
So, like, that's
so
why
it's not wait for the guy to go, so it's like that waiting game. Like, do I wait for you to go for something and then I pass, or do I try to pass and get something?
You have both sides of it. I mean, you know, some people play that style. There's some people, like, they push, and then you have guys like Lucas, who has his pressure game. He's putting the pressure forward, and he's like breaking grips. His position is so good, you can't attack him. Like, because, you know, his arms are back, his knees are forward, he's throwing you the lucky hook.
Who's that guy that was just doing all the weird stack passes? Santana? What's his first name?
Murilo Santana.
Yeah. He's always on driving forward, also, right?
I think actually I went to like matches in the Worlds. He took it back a lot.
Oh, yeah.
And he hasn't played in a while in the Worlds. I don't think he's played before.
I don't know.
But he is super underrated. He has amazing jiu-jitsu. I've been following for a while. Super half court. He's always doing Abu Dhabi, doing the Abu Dhabi trials as well. But yeah, he had a really good match. He's friends with Ryan Hall, so I hope I'm gonna host him soon so I can back out next to him.
Excellent. I don't know, man. How long have we been going?
We're going about 45 minutes.
45 minutes for episode 1. I don't think it's too bad.
I think okay, let's see what you.
And this is a raw podcast. We're not going to do any editing.
Well, maybe we'll throw an intro in there.
Maybe
that out.
Once we figure out an intro.
Okay.
Maybe Marcos will take you to the intro.
Marcos has like enough voice.
He doesn't talk about enough. He can't do the intro.
Okay, he's so deep though.
Is he?
When he talks,
when he talks,
the deepness comes out.
I think you can actually get him to enunciate.
Well, when he gave his black belt speech, it was one of the most beautiful black belt graduation speeches I ever seen.
Was it?
Yeah.
I need to see that. Abe sent it to me. I haven't said him down. I haven't said him about it.
Come on, man. I'm the one who's
English is my third language. English is my third language. Yeah.
Jason, you got to win.
Sorry, yeah, but my first language was Pennsylvania.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, being married to him, she was a very Pennsylvania Dutch. Had a softball.
Oh, she had an American Indian
She had an American Indian.
Indian.
Oh, yes.
Okay, guys, before we get too far off topic, yes, I know.
Guys, thank you for tuning into episode 1 of the Be Gentle podcast with Jason C. Brown, JCB, and Nelson Puente. Boom.